Question number 9. A cylinder has a diameter of 10 meters and a height of 4 times the radius. What is the lateral surface area? So lateral surface area, we have a formula for that, and that is 2 times pi times the radius times the height. Well, what are the radius and height? Well, if my diameter is 10 meters, that means my radius is going to be 5. In the problem, it says the height is 4 times the radius. So h is equal to 4 times the radius. Well, if we know our radius is 5, 4 times 5 gives me 20. Substituting these values in, so 2 times pi times 5 times 20. We notice all of our answers are left in terms of pi, so I'm simply going to multiply 2, 5, and 20 together. 200 pi, answer choice A. Question number 10, you can see it's done here. Key parts of doing this problem. This is an old SOL question as well. We're given an original box with a height of 4, length of 18, and a width of 13.5. So if I was asked to find the surface area, we would go ahead and substitute those values in. However, the key problem occurs right here, where in the original problem it says the height is increased by 3.5 centimeters. So if I take this 4, I add 3.5 onto it, gives me 7.5. So now my new height for the problem is 7.5, which I substitute in. Adding all these together gives me answer choice D, 959 centimeters squared. The key part, again, was we are increasing from the original problem. We've done a few questions where we're increasing or decreasing, so I could have maybe made this problem, I decrease the length, or decrease the length and increase the width, right? So a lot of the SOL questions or questions I will give you is not just take a problem and do from the picture, modify it some way, so we need to make sure we read the original problem. Question number 11. Pizza has a diameter of 16 inches. Now, if it has a diameter of 16 inches, we can already know that it has a radius of 8 inches. So from down here, we can see it has a radius of 8 inches. What is the closest area of one slice? So pausing for a minute. If I'm trying to find the area of a sector of a circle, we set up this proportion, which was a ratio of degrees, 360 degrees total in a circle, and the degrees of our sector. We set that equal to, well, the total area of a circle is pi r squared compared to the area of our sector. So going back to our problem, we're not immediately given the degrees in this particular problem, so that's why my hint said, hey, 360 degrees divided by 8 slices tells you the number of degrees in one slice. So 360 divided by 8 is 45. That is where I'll substitute in for my ratio of degrees, 45 over the total 360. Set equal to, we're trying to find the area of the sector, so that's my unknown, over the area of a circle, pi times 8 squared. 8 again is the radius. We cross multiply, divide by 360, which gives me an answer choice of 25.13. Several of us just chose answer C, 45. That's the degrees. That's not the area that's listed there. Got to finish the problem and find the area. Once again, we got to use this ratio for our problem. Next question. Question number 12. This was a commonly missed question on the test. We just incorrectly thought this was a ratio problem. Notice there's no word ratio anywhere in this particular problem. Several of us tried to make a ratio of surface areas to, or volumes to a ratio of surface areas. The key part of this problem being that if I'm given a cube, length times length times length, originally that's length times width times height. But if it's a cube, all the dimensions are the same, so I just wrote it as one variable. So you see me here modifying my formula, length times width times height, for volume, as length times length times length, or just L cubed. Well, I'm given the volume of 64, so 64 equals L cubed. I take the cube root of both sides to find my length value of 4. From there, I use the surface area formula found from our formula sheet to find the surface area of this cube, which is a rectangular prism. Notice here I modified my formula to not include widths and heights, but all just lengths. So substituting L in gives me 2 times 4 squared plus 2 times 4 squared plus 2 times 4 squared, which gives us an answer choice of 96 centimeters squared. Again, most of us incorrectly tried to do a ratio problem. This was just an application and applying our volume and formula questions. Question number 13, a slant height L is 10 centimeters and a lateral area of 60 pi. What is the volume of a sphere? So lots of information here. We're asked to find the volume of a sphere, which we have a formula for from our formula sheet. Well, I have to find the radius. Well, what is the radius? Well, I found it to be 6. How do we get that? Well, the ratio, I told you the lateral area of a cone is 60 pi. So let's put the lateral area. It's 60 pi. And I gave you the slant height L. So we have an equation. Pi times r times 10, where I have divide by 10 pi. Gives me my radius. Now that I have the radius, I substitute that in about 200